we got a new flip coming up. This is basically a baby boomer house. So what the hell is a baby boomer house? Well, basically what we're doing is we're taking a regular bungalow and we're making it look like a condo. So we're ripping out some of these walls that are here, and then what we're going to be doing is we're putting our kitchen in the back. So right here we're going to have our waffle ceiling. We're going to take this wall out. We're going to open it up. The problem with these old bungalows is people don't have a lot of room to move around. They like the old bungalows because they like the 50-foot lots. They like the 130-foot depth. What they don't like is that it's all chopped up and it's not normal. So we're giving this place the illusion that it's actually bigger than what it is. It's only 996 square feet. But by removing this wall and adding a flush beam on this side, we're going to enable ourselves to cut out that window and we're going to put a walkway out. So for those of you that are following Flip School or that are members of Flip School, you know that once you come in the front door, what sells the property is the initial reaction. So instantly, as soon as you open the front door, you're going to see the ceiling, you're going to see wainscoting, you're going to see the kitchen with granite, and you're going to see a view right to the backyard, which is going to give you the appearance that it's actually bigger than 996 square feet. So part of that challenge of making it look open and big is we still want to keep our 3 bedrooms. So our 3 bedrooms is extremely challenging. We have to actually put walls on really crazy angles to make it all fit. So that's one of the challenges we got to work with here. The other big challenge that we have is having the kitchen in the front of the house is really, really nice. But the problem is that we have a staircase that comes through the side of the house with a bathroom. So this void from here over to here is a staircase. And in order to maximize the space and to make it livable and make it look like it's bigger than it actually is, we have to cover up this window, re-brick it, cover up the door, and then we can open this up so this will be another bedroom. So that we'll have 1 bedroom in the front, 2 bedrooms in the back, and we'll have our bathroom close to the door, central. And anytime you're laying out a bathroom, you want to stack a bathroom on top of another bathroom. So for instance, down below we'll have the exact same copy of the bathroom so that we run 1 plumbing stack from the basement all the way up, and we can feed our toilet, our sink, and our tub off that. So it's less work for the plumbers and it helps in the pocketbook a little bit. So as you can see right now, what we're doing is we need to strip everything down to a skeleton so that we know what's going on. It helps because we're going to be framing new walls. If I took out all of these walls right now, we'd have a major problem because our joists up above, this is a bungalow, they rest on top like this. So 2 joists, one from this side coming in, one from this side coming in, they rest on top of this support wall. If I took this support wall out, the whole ceiling would collapse and we would see the basic rafters, and that's not what we want to do. And because we have 2 walls that are so similar and so close together, it's kind of hard to determine. Because normally the joists run across, or trusses would run across, and they would rest on a support wall. So you'd have 2 overlapping like this. I want to remove all the walls as much as possible, but I don't want this stuff to fall down and hurt anybody. So one of the easiest ways, this is a bungalow, so one of the easiest ways is come up in the attic and determine what's going on here. And as you can see, from this point here, we have a load-bearing wall that's running along here. So our other wall on this side doesn't need to be there. We can remove that wall and it's easier for us to reframe. So as long as we keep this wall in line where the load is sitting on the load-bearing wall, we know that we're not going to have any issues and then nothing's going to cave in. So it's really quite good because now, unfortunately, we got a lot more work to do. We could take down some more walls today. So one of the things that this property had that most buyers didn't want to buy is because it had oil. So a big thing with oil is it's a bit smelly, it's not as practical as gas, it costs a little bit more to heat. So that was a deterrent for most people. One of the other reasons is obviously this bathroom, it's kind of rough, it's kind of weird how it's raised up off the ground. You know there's something funky going on with the drains and the toilet flange and that kind of stuff because it's all raised up because they didn't want to break the floor up correctly. So the other thing is we have electric hot water tank. Obviously that uses more energy than a gas one would. So before I purchased this property, I needed a gas line. And most people think that this is a daunting thing, this is kind of a scary thing, but it only takes 8 weeks to order a gas line. So what I did, instead of buying the property and waiting for a gas line, I pre-ordered my gas line ahead of time so that it was in my purchase agreement. So that the day I took possession, which was today, the gas line's already in. So that means my HVAC contractor, he shows up tomorrow, he can start working, hook up to gas, and we can eliminate all this stuff that nobody would want to buy in the future. So that's a really good point. The other thing is, because we're eliminating this staircase, we want to get as much of this junk out of this basement as soon as possible before we add our new staircase, because our new staircase is going to be oak. And we don't want guys trampling drywall, and we don't want lugging big steel tanks out. So part of the rush that I have going on this week is eliminating all the stuff that's down here so we can make room and start fresh and frame and get going on it. So the basement really isn't that bad. You know, it's good high ceilings. There's quite a bit of light, but like in all old houses, it was traditionally just set up to be chopped up into different rooms. And it's not bad, it's just not the layout people are looking for nowadays. So one of the big things for flipping houses is people think that you can't make money, and how do you make money? And there's a big myth. I run into a lot of people and they ask me, oh, I want to flip houses too, but I heard it's risky and I don't know what to do. Well, here's the actual facts. Here's everything I have done before I even put $1 into this place. I have 8 weeks in advance to have my gas line hooked up. I have all my building permits ready and available for the first day that I start work. That's a 4-week process. I have my electrical inspections lined up. I have my electricians hired. I have my HVAC hired. I have my plumbers hired. I have my demo crew already starting to do demo, and we've only been in the house 3 hours. I have my bin arranged. I have my porta potty on site, so we don't make any neighbors mad. I have my kitchen ordered. I have my granite ordered. I have all my electrical supplies. I have all my plumbing supplies. I have all of my initial wood and framing nails order already completed. Once everything is torn down, we will adjust the order to make sure that we have everything we need, because we're going to find things out we're not sure about. I have my bricklayer lined up for this weekend, so by the time I have the property 3 days, the the window, and the side door will be covered in, and our new patio door will be installed. I have a tight time frame. But the majority of people, when they do flips, is they start the project, and all of those 10 or 15 items that I described earlier, they're starting today. So they're already 4 weeks or 5 weeks behind me. And that's where you make the profit. The more organized you are, the more set up you are, the more things you understand, the better. And that's why my flip school students, I think they really reap a lot of rewards, because they get to come in here and it's my money. It's not theirs. When I started, it took me 4 or 5 years and I lost money. I was sleeping on insulation, and my flip school students, what I love about it is they can come here any day of the week, and we're doing plumbing, we're doing electrical, we're doing drywall. They're allowed to do whatever they want here. They can make their mistakes really on my property and it doesn't really affect them. So that when they go out into the world and they start doing their own flips, they have their own recipe. They know they don't want to do electrical, they know they don't want to do plumbing, maybe they want to do tiling, but they basically can pick the key elements that they're good at, or that they're striving to be good at, and they can use those and fill in the blanks everywhere else, except for working on their own project and having those time delays. So there's a couple tips for you.